My name's William Alexander. I'm from Modesto, California. I've been homeless two years. Drugs played a major part. I was always into the drugs, always into something wrong. I came to Redwood City after I had left Delancey Street. I came here with a friend, and I ended up falling back into bad habits. I was homeless in Redwood City about 2 months. I was at a standstill. I came to a point where I can't do this on my own. I finally asked for help, where Pastor David and Officer Chris showed up at a campsite that I was at.
My name is Chris Rasmussen, and I'm the Homeless Outreach Coordinator for the Redwood City Police Department. On this particular day, we were going to check out another homeless camp, and we noticed a sleeping bag in the cloverleaf area. And so, Pastor Dave said, "Hey, looks like someone's over there." So we stopped and we walked up and we saw a sleeping bag, and we met William. And the look on his face was utter surprise. Why are the police here? In fact, I had to hold up my hands and say, "Hey, we're here to help." And he told us a story about how he had been praying and talking to himself about being done with the homeless life.
It was a pretty amazing experience, because when we got there, we made some phone calls. It seemed like every phone call we made to Life Moves and to Bill Morrison, our outreach, everybody answered the calls. They came right to the scene where we were at, and we started to proceed to get Mr. William into a shelter for the night, and then he was able to be taken to City Team San Francisco the following day. And it was just very amazing how well it played out for us.
I'd been there approximately at that site for about a week and a half. Mad as hell, or I'm sorry, just mad at myself, blaming everybody. Finally, when I broke down, I asked for help, and I asked God to help me out. About an hour later, maybe 2 hours, Officer Chris and Pastor David showed up, and they showed up with, there was a demeanor about it, the whole thing, of sincerity. The sincerity was there, and I remember Officer Chris saying that, if you want help, I'm going to help you, and I challenged him to help me. And I remember him laughing, saying, "I like this, because this is what we're about." And within 2 hours, my cell phone was paid. We got into a shelter for the night, and then within the next day, I was in City Team program in San Francisco. City Team was a drug and alcohol program that was religious based. Okay, they got me down there. They gave me an intake, they gave me an interview, and they accepted me that morning. It was a 6-month program with a 30-day blackout. Okay, I'm currently at the Walden House, which I am set to complete in 2 weeks. I was given an opportunity by Street Life Ministries and by the outreach with Officer Chris. And if it wasn't for that opportunity, I probably would have ended up, there's no doubt about it, I would have ended up going back to jail and probably in prison. I was at that last edge. But this opportunity doesn't come along very often. I thank God every day for Officer Chris and for Pastor David for this opportunity. And I'm going to run with it. I'm going to take this as far as I can take it.
He just looks like somebody who's gotten a whole new restart in his life, and he was so grateful and so amazingly blessed for what's going on in his life. It was, to me, doing outreach as much as I do outreach with the police department and as a pastor, you don't see a lot of people, the light bulb turn on and they actually accept it. I would think that out of 10 or 15 people, you might get one. And it's refreshing for me as a pastor to see somebody and watch their life just transform right in front of your face.
Most people don't see this side of the story. They see the camps, and they see the homeless on street corners, and they see the media and how the media has portrayed homelessness. But this is where we really can have an impact with the homeless community, and this takes time. For all the people that we come in contact with and we attempt to offer services, you know, we get one person, and that's a win. That's definitely a win in my book. And it makes our efforts even more special because it makes it worthwhile. We're out there doing a good thing. Even though it may not be seen totally by the public, we are making a difference. We are definitely making a difference.
For the other addicts and alcoholics or anybody out there, if you need help, you got to ask for it. And don't be afraid to ask for it because it's there. The opportunity is there for you to grasp it. The journey leading up to where I'm at now was hard, but this right here, I think it's hard if you make it hard. There is hope for everyone who wants to do this, but they got to want it. They got to be done with that lifestyle to the point of where they're at their last end. Because there's no hope. There is no hope in that lifestyle. If they want to change their life, they can. There's definitely, and the police department ain't our enemy. It's our friend. And I got that opportunity. Thank you to Street Life Ministries, and thank you to Redwood Police Department, and Officer Chris, Pastor David, and Bill.